Well, thanks for being with us, Congressman. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here with you.
You got it. So I want to show for our audience here on NewsNation or those listening to us on SiriusXM your area and what's happened. So in Laredo, this is Webb County. Webb County, here's what happened over the last two elections. Joe Biden, or the Democrats, won it by 23 points, Congressman. You know this. 4 years ago, Donald Trump was able to win it, though, your area. And then when I go down, for example, to Starr County, right? Starr County, the Democrat, Joe Biden, won it by 5 points last go-around. It's plus 16 Republican right now. How do you explain that? Is it just the issue of immigration, or is it beyond that?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate President Trump for this victory. And yes, he did win Webb, Zapata, Starr, those areas that I represent. But it's also important to note that the local Democrats that were running did win the local races in those three counties. I won Starr County by almost 70% of the vote, and I outperformed both Trump in those counties, and I certainly outperformed Vice President Harris by almost 16
you
points.
Did. No, you absolutely did, Congressman. But you know, this country largely, and I'm not diminishing your win at all or any congressional win at all, but you know, the conversation had been about the top of the ticket, and I just wonder, Congressman, if immigration was the issue, and if it was, as a Democrat along the border in Congress, what you do going forward. Do you go along what Democrats want, or do you say, hey, listen, I saw what happened at the top of the ticket, and do you side with Republicans on the issue of immigration?
No, I think the Republicans are going to actually side with me on a lot of the issues that I've been talking about for so many years. For so many years, I've said, look, you got to have repercussions at the border. For the people that are supposed to come in, you let them in. But the majority of the people that are asking for asylum are going to be rejected 88 to 90%. So we have to make sure that people understand. For years, there's been this undercurrent tension with Hispanics that had their parents, like my parents, that came in the legal way. But when they're seeing people jump the line and there's billions of dollars being spent of their hard-earned dollars on these migrants, the dam has busted. And this is why immigration and certainly the cost of groceries, whether it's milk or it's bread or it's eggs, those things is what got people changing over to Donald Trump.
Let me ask you this and leave you with this, Congressman. H.R. 2 is the Washington term for the House bill that Republicans passed and wanted to take up in the last Congress. The information's on the screen there, but you know it well. If Republicans put that on the floor again as a border district Democrat, would you vote for that, or are there issues?
Well, you know, I certainly would ask my Republican friends, will you take input from Democrats that don't go and visit the border for a photo op, but actually live there? There's a lot of things in that bill that I've looked at that we're already doing, giving more money to ICE, Stone Garden, making sure we have technology and roads. A lot of those things we're doing, and we got to do more of that. But I think they need to sit down with some of us, like Tom Homan. I've worked with him in the past. We can agree on a lot of things. Oh, yes. The answer is yes. You know, it might not be 100%, but I'll say this. I like Tom Homan. We've gone along together.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, just because I'm running up against time. There's a lot of Democrats who are going to say, my gosh, Tom Homan, they don't like him at all. What would you say to the Democrats that they get wrong about Tom Homan?
Well, you know,
or anyone who has concerns.
Yeah. Look, Tom is very passionate about the work. You know, there are some things I might not agree about, dividing families, things like that. But there's a lot of things that Tom Homan and I actually have agreed. We've been on some shows together. We've done certain things together. We agree on a lot of things, but we just got to make sure that we don't go extreme left or extreme right. And I think people like Tom Homan, and I'll say this, we can sit down and work together because I've been doing this for many years.
Yep. Congressman Cuellar, we got to leave it there. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.